Yo, we back in the madhouse and we getting mad deep. Guess who I'm with? You don't gotta guess. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm with Lush One and Kenny Mouse, man. And tell us who we got today.
Look. You feel me? Like, what the bumper clot? He gon' running up 100 spot. He never run from ops. He only run from cops, and he run the block. You feel me? He been the priest of Belician Street. Puente's finest. Matter of fact, the dopest rapper in LA. You heard it here, and you know I ain't gassing. This ain't Chevron, but you know it's your bitch that I'ma get on. Let him know who you is, homeboy.
It's Rowdy Rax. If you ain't know, now you know.
That's right.
It's Rowdy Rax. And look, since we got a real MC in the house, a lot of people aren't able to do this. Rowdy, are you down? If I just throw you a beat, randomly, a random beat, are you down to kick a verse?
Yeah, I smash any beat.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
All right, well, see what you can do. This right here was produced by my homeboy DJ Phrase One, dope ass producer.
Shout out Phrase One.
Shout out Phrase.
Come on, let's see what you got, homeboy.
Oh, this shit's hard.
You fucks with it?
Yeah, on the hood.
All right. It take a little second for the drop. It's building up the momentum. Rowdy Rax. Rowdy.
Okay. Rowdy Rax, mad deep freestyle. Let's get it.
She says I can hit it if I want, but I don't. But I might just will in a minute if I take off to prison for a few years and I come back married. Would you be down to still let me hit it if I smacked on your cousin? A couple of your friends, then I came back. Would you be down to still let me hit it if you will? Let me tell you. I promise I won't fail you. I'ma bring that little pussy to life. Then I'ma kill it. I'ma bring that little pussy to life. Then I'ma beat it till it's resting in peace. She thank God. She say, Daddy, you a blessing to me. I never had nobody show so much affection. Want me all to herself. She fell in love with my erection, but I bang. Chitty. I be fucking all the bitches in my city. I schooled you. I'm probably fucking little bitches in your neighborhood too. I'm Rowdy Rax, baby. Get pussy's what I do. I'll hypnotize a bitch with this good dick voodoo. She says I broke her heart last time, bitch, boo-hoo. She probably still let me hit her poo-poo. Let me cry, Rowdy boy. You're the man of my dreams.
Okay.
You are so fly. I adore you. You have such nice things. I'll let you hit it if you want. You can hit it if you want.
Rowdy Rax, mad deep freestyle.
If that is a motherfucking hit,
Still
like,
in the place. SGV Rowdy Rax in the fucking building, kicking it off with a freestyle in this bitch. Let's fucking go.
the scandalous part is people are gonna think that we had that planned, but this is literally like completely
It's on the fly.
improv.
Nah, that's one of my flows. But I got a ton of flows that when I hear a beat, I just be like thinking which flow I'm gonna spit to this beat. Like, you know what I mean? I keep it all in my head. Like,
Because you had showed me an unreleased record earlier, and it was a completely different bounce. I'm like doing
I got
the
so
dirty
many
style shoulder bounce.
I got
to it,
so
like,
many different types of styles. Like, I try not to stay in just one lane, you know?
Rowdy motherfucking Rax. So I first heard of you from my brother Smokey, you feel me? And he was playing, he's really tuned in to everything that's current, all the, and he has very specific taste. Like if it's not real gutter street music, most likely it's not going to resonate with him. You feel me? Although he appreciates all different styles, but like he played your song, and look, I'm not going front. I'm rather new to the Rowdy Rax fandom, but I am a super fan. You were like,
that's what's up.
There ain't you definitely on my motherfucking Spotify Raps for this.
That's right.
Can I say something real quick, bro? Hey, look, I'm from the SGV as well.
Whoa.
What we got going on is insane right now, and I want to thank you for making it possible. Now I hear everyone I hear 626 this, SGV that. Yeah. I hear that shit all the time now, and it's people like you that really bringing the area up. So respect to you.
I appreciate that, dog. Hell yeah, I represent my area to the fullest.
Do you consider yourself a Chicano rapper?
No, hell no, I don't. I'm a Chicano and I'm a rapper, but I'm a rapper. You know what I mean? I do not consider myself a Chicano rapper. No offense or no disrespect to the Chicano rap movement. You know what I mean? But I see myself on the scale with the game, Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, compete with them guys. Like, I'm not trying to compete with.
Don't limit it to the West because Nas, Jay-Z.
No, Nas, Jay-Z. But I'm saying I see myself on, You know what I'm saying? In that genre, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Just, do you feel like that's a limiting label that gets put on?
Hell yeah, Chicano. If you consider your music, if you make Chicano music, you think the other races are gonna be driving down the street bumping that shit? Nah, no, no disrespect, but it's not for them. You literally put that label on your music. You're making Chicano rap for Chicanos. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like there's a certain ceiling that you hit at a certain point when you label your stuff Chicano rap? Do you think that kind of puts you in like a box?
Hell yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. You're gonna sell out a show full of Chicanos. You know what I mean? You're not gonna see very many other races. You know what I mean?
Now, coming from the SU, you're from Puente.
Yeah.
And that's almost a exclusively Mexican Chicano neighborhood, right?
Yeah, for sure it is. But it's like.
So did you grow up listening to Chicano rap? Were you influenced by other
Not really. See, like I listen to rap. I listen to straight gangster rap. You know what I mean? I listen to a couple of Chicano artists, like here and there. Like I used to bump a little slow pain and shit, but. Besides that, nah, not really. I never really got into that shit. I bumped a little SPM before, but it kind of sucks what happened with him.
Okay, you brought it up. I wasn't even finna do it since you brought it up. What are your thoughts? There's been, I've been in the media.
What's my take on it?
I made a motherfucking joke, fool, and it was a joke, but I meant what I said. I said because the caption was SPM about to be released from prison. I said, damned if he do, damned if he don't. You're not invited to any quinceañeras. That's all.
That's fucked up. Hey, no, honestly, keep it G. Everybody knows damn well they used to fuck with SPM's music. That fool shit was hard. So
great music.
It sucks what happened with him, and it sucks his situation because it's like, damn, that fool really was an influence on the music. You know what I mean? And like, I really used to knock that fool shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I have a track that's a SPM remake, the Insidious.
Yeah.
Insidious is a real gangster remake. And I'll still murder any one of SPM's beats, but.
How do you feel about the fact that some people turn it into like a Texas versus California?
Thank you. Literally, the question I was about to ask is, a lot of people.
I don't think it's a Texas versus California thing. Honestly, I fuck with a lot of the Texas artists, especially the Chicano ones. The fools are doing their shit. The fools are doing their shit. I look forward to possibly working with them fools in the near future. But. I also used to look forward to possibly working with SPM, and it's just it sucks that I'm not gonna be able to do that no more, just based off,
not being a piece of shit human being.
Yeah, I'm a real motherfucker, I stand on business. I'm not gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed about it, and that sucks, honestly.
How do you feel? So many people still don't even know or support it. Like, how do you feel about those people that are just uneducated and just kind of they don't understand what's going on?
Do your homework, you know what I'm saying? If you're not informed, get informed. You know what I'm saying? Know who you're fucking with, know who you're listening to, know who you're supporting. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Now, so as far as I want to know about the early days of Rowdy. Are you we know you're from Puente. There's no hiding from that. That's already, you're very, very blatant about, your affiliations and things of that nature. Is this something that was generational for you? I know you're very close with your father.
Definitely. I'm like a fourth generation gang member. My dad's a gang member. My grandpa's a gang member. My great grandpa's a gang member. You know what I mean? Definitely something that runs in the family and shit, but hey.
Well, look, I'm not somebody who looks at gangs as something that are exclusively negative. The origins of gangs are people banding together to protect the neighborhood from outsiders, from police, from racists, etc. Do you still hold some of that ideology?
Definitely. I definitely hold some of that ideology. That's pretty much what my life is all about. I don't see myself as a thug or somebody that's just running around robbing, polluting, looting, and stealing. You know what I mean? I definitely see myself as a warrior. You know what I mean? Protecting my people and protecting the women and children and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's something I definitely was brought upon.
Somebody's abuelita has their groceries. You're gonna help her.
All top, all the neighbors love me. All the neighbors in my hood. Hi. They see me. They've been seeing me walking around these streets streets since I was young. You know what I mean? Like they know me, they love me.
What do you think about street vendors and the way that people attack street vendors?
I think that's bullshit. I swear to man, let me catch somebody smacking up a street vendor.
It's all bad, right?
Hell yeah, they gonna get laid down.
Now, growing up, like we mentioned earlier, like in a pretty much almost exclusively Latino Chicano neighborhood, you probably weren't around that many black people growing up, I'm gonna assume.
No, not really. I mean, I got some of my cousins are black. You know what I mean? I got like there's a family on my dad's side of the family that you know are. My aunt married a black man, and I have black cousins and shit, you know. I never really...
That pissed off parts of the family.
It pissed off the older ones and shit, you know, but to us younger ones, it's like, those are our cousins. We run around and play with them, like, you know, it's nothing to me, you know. I don't really see racial lines, like, you know what I mean, like everybody else does. I don't really see them, you know. I'm from a new generation, like, you know what I mean.
In the SGV though, you notice in the SGV it's not really any white or black people. It's mostly just Hispanic and Asian.
Yeah, no, in certain parts of the SGV, you know, there is.
There's a lot of Asians in certain areas.
Yeah, but
Rosemead,
but look at Pomona. You know what I mean? Pasadena. Look at fucking. There's definitely blacks around.
Oh yeah, definitely in those areas for sure.
Like, but. And in those areas, they do go at it, the Mexicans and blacks, you know, but it's like, in my hood, we don't really go at it. We don't really have no blacks in La Puente. So it's like, I don't really have no hate towards no blacks, you know.
You have no enemies.
Yeah, you know, I do actually. We beef with the West Covina neighborhoods, but that's just like it's just gang beef, you know. It's not a racial thing, you know what I mean? Like, not for me at least.
So... obviously, you know, there's a pretty liberal use of the N-word, which, like, look, I'm born and raised in West LA. All races from where I'm from, we were, like, kind of the first people that were doing that as far as, like, the raza from the West Side.
Yeah,
you know,
the West LA, South Central shit, too.
We're very, in South Central as well, we're very, like, early on that we're the first that weren't just, you know.
Harbor area, too, they say that shit, you know.
Right.
Honestly, okay, I'm from Puente, right? Really, none of the homies from Puente say that shit. You know, all the OGs definitely don't say that shit, but I'm from Ballista Street, Puente, though. My clique, we're like that. You know what I mean? We call each other Grove. We're from the Grove. Like, what's up, Grove? Like, what's up with these niggas right here, Grove? Like, you know, we use it free. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm not gonna be like that in the streets with my homies, and then get on the mic and not be like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna be like some fake shit. Like, you know what I mean?
And it's also, I feel like, although, you know, as a white guy, I'm the last person that has any valid opinion on this, you feel me? However, it seems like it's a more youthful thing, and you still being in your 20s, you
and
know.
Not only that, like, okay, let's say, so the term started from the whites using it as a derogatory
form
term.
Of oppression.
Yeah, you know, to the blacks. Then the blacks started using it amongst each other to take that derogatory power away from that word. You know what I mean? So us using it would only be furthering that agenda. You know what I mean? Would only be taking that negative power even more or less away from it if we're calling each other that. You know what I mean? It's just it's only furthering that agenda. I don't see why anybody should be upset about it. You know?
Now, I heard the story of how you first started rapping, and but before, like, years before that, like, what you said, you basically inherited us where you're from. That wasn't a choice. Like, you're gonna be from where you from. Like, what was, like, did you have any experiences in early childhood where there are people that are your homies, but then by the time you go to middle school and you getting put on, you can't fuck with them no more because...
Hell yeah. I've had friends, best friends, that, you know, ended up being from my worst enemy hood, and it's like I was hurt. Like, why would you do that, fool? You know where I'm from, like, you know, because I started banging when I was 12, 13, you know. So it's like, I used to be friends with somebody, like a couple of people that then they started banging, and it's like, what the fuck? You're from where? Like, oh, they try to come to school and be like, oh, you know, we've been homies, fool, forever, fool, but, you know, I'm from whoop-de-whoop now. And I'm like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, fool, but we're still homies, dick. Like, you know, you're my boy. And I just cracked him. Bam! Like, the fuck you, fool. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's fucked up because that fool used to be the homie, used to come to my pad. I know his grandma, he knows my grandma. You know what I mean? But hey, fuck him.
So is there like a feeling of betrayal, even though it's like because,
Definitely betrayal.
but in reality, though, is that necessarily even a choice for him? Like, did he have?
He had a choice. He could have been from this clique, like his brother. He ended up being from that clique. You know what I mean? Like, nah, fuck him.
Okay, so no, there's so much because you know we've discussed this off cam multiple times. The nuances of your music. I could do a 5-hour analysis of just you rapping. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get to know you more as a person, but there is something in one of your videos I want to bring up. It's in the Death Threats video. Okay, you have a specific hoodie that you're wearing in that video, right?
It's just a pullover. It's not a hoodie.
Oh yeah, the pullover, yeah, the pullover. Okay, I'm sorry, fashionista. My bad, Ralph Lauren.
Peanuts.
But, yeah, okay. I wasn't gonna say the word. You feel me?
Peanut gang.
So there. Okay. So from my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that you know every single gang in LA has a derogatory term that can be used against them, a diss against them, and that is not a term that you know someone's gonna. It's a negative term.
Yeah, that's how you diss my hood.
That's how you diss your hood.
Yeah.
But you're wearing that. I've never in all my years of not just being a hip hop head, but a hood anthropologist, you feel me, and in the streets, seeing somebody so blatant. Like, what are you trying? What message are you conveying when you're wearing that?
Like, yeah, I'm a peanut, homie. You know what I mean? To all my enemies, they see me wearing a peanut sweater. They're like, oh, there's that fool. That's that peanut right there. Like, yup, you see it. You know who I am. I'm right here. You know what I mean? Straight up.
So it's kind of like almost mocking, like it is what
Something
it
like
is.
that.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
something like that.
No fucks given.
Yeah, straight up.
If someone like me who's like completely non-affiliated says,
Tell the story. Tell the story of what happened.
which one? Which story?
What
Oh yeah.
he won't be offended. I promise. It.
No, so like I had a homie and you know they're from like you know like Gary and stuff like that, and I had like because I like one of my favorite snacks is peanut. I'm not gonna lie, like it is, you know, and I was like, hey bro, you know where I could get some peanuts? Or like I don't know what I forgot exactly what happened.
They're about to pull up at the little liquor store.
Oh yeah. We're about to pull up at the liquor store, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna get some peanuts." And he looked at me weird. I was like, "What happened, bro? Like, are you good?" And he was like, "Don't say that." I was like, "My bad."
Watch that word.
Yeah. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but
that was a famous slogan in juvenile hall. Was watch that word.
oh,
Watch
my
that
God.
word.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit you can't say. You feel me? Like Crip Mac can't order a regular cheeseburger because you feel me?
Like you can't eat seafood with Crips, bro.
Yeah. Now, obviously, like I heard the story of how you became a rapper, and it was basically people think like you rapping other songs. You feel me?
Yeah.
I saw that, and then you were basically like wrote your first rap. How do you have this understanding from a technical perspective of punchlines, polysyllabic rhyme schemes,
Cadences.
cadence delivery, like really specific attributes that most people that just start rapping, they're not able to even fathom that they're hearing?
I don't know. Honestly, pretty much everything I do, I'm a natural. Like everything I do, like, you know, everything pretty much. Like, you know, I go to work and well, what are we doing this? Okay, how do we do it like this? Okay, boom. I end up picking up on shit that people learn and go to school to have to learn, you know what I mean? But like most of the things that you're telling me about my music, it's like I don't even know what they're called or you know that they even have a term for that. They're just skills that I naturally pick up on, you know, I guess, you know what I mean? I'm just blessed.
So you're just good at everything you do.
Pretty much, something like
And
that.
it just so happened that rapping just, you know, was on. Let me ask you this. So, and I know Shasa Negra, I know you did the Indicted podcast and all that, but like when you first got locked up as a juvenile,
Yeah.
what were the circumstances around your initial like just getting in trouble and shit like that?
Just running around the streets with my friends and shit, getting into trouble.
Okay.
That's it.
And then saying you wound up in camp, started rapping, you feel me? Realize just off rip, just because you're apparently a super talented individual, that you had this propensity to rap. When did you realize that you were like, Now, shouts to the homie also Vicious, by the way. I heard he was the first dude to bring you to the studio, correct? You feel me? Like that's dope. When did you realize that this wasn't just like something that you were good at, but something that you could truly capitalize off of and potentially feed your family and move about the hood and all that?
When I realized I could make money off of it was when I hooked up with Ocho, and like, you know, he started telling me like, Pop, I could get you a bag, like, for real. And I'm like, nah, like, you know, you're capping, like, you know. He's like, trust me, like, you're that hard, like, you know what I mean? Because like, I'm like, I know I'm hard, fool. I already know that, you know what I mean? But when it comes to like having to buckle down and like put effort into like doing shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm usually like, I'm good at doing shit, no effort, you know? Like, I don't have to sit there and write rhymes. I don't have to sit there and like try hard, like, you know? Even in school, like when I would get A's and B's and not do no homework, no classwork, just ace all the tests. Like, you know, my mom's like, that's not good enough. Like, you gotta fucking do your work. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, why? I already know it. You know what I mean? But it's like, so it's like,
you sound super egotistical, but I believe you.
yeah, I'm not trying to like, you know, brag or nothing. It's just like, that's just how it is. So when it comes to music though, you can't be like that. You know, you gotta put work in, like, you know, if you want to make money, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, so when I started learning, like, okay, this is something that music is something that I love to do. It's something I'm going to continue to do regardless of however anything plays out. Like, it's something that's going to be a part of my life, period, you know, because it's how I express myself. It's the way it gives me this feeling of satisfaction and a contentment that I can't find nowhere else. You know what I mean? So it's like,
it's in your heart.
Yeah, you know, so it's like, but using it to feed the family, using it to pay the bills is like an extra. It's just like icing on the cake. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, even better.
Do you know what an onomatopoeia is? Mm-mm. An onomatopoeia is a sound effect used as a word, which you frequently use in your music. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. You feel me? Like, those are onomatopoeias. You are one of the kings as far as being a lyricist, utilizing this device. What chose you to inject like these weird, like, gee whiz, gee willikers, Batman? You know what I mean? What made you bring that into your song? Because to me, that's one of the most like interesting things that you do.
A lot of my cousins, a lot of my older cousins and shit, like, you know, all of us are you know, hard gang members, you know, so like when they hear somebody talking or something, they'll be like, oh, gee, you're bad, like, you know, oh, gee, that's hard, like, you know, gee, you're sick, you know what I mean? So that's like, I was busted in San Bernardino County and shit, and then I was saying something to somebody was saying something, and I was like, oh, gee, that's and then there was the homie in the cell, he's all like, gee whiz, you know, and I was like, oh, and we all started laughing, you know, and then I was like, gee whiz, then I was like, gee willikers, Batman. we're all laughing, like, you know, we started saying that shit like all week, like, you know what I mean? Like, in jail, that's how it is. Like, when something is catchy, something pops, you guys say that shit all week, end up saying it all month. Next thing you know, it's like every time you see that fool, you're like, oh, gee, what, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it's something that catches on, you know. So I was like, man, I'm gonna make a rap out of that shit. Watch, you know. And then so that's how I made that shit. Like,
you said that the most popular in the clique was the Red Ranger.
Out of the Power Rangers,
I happen to be a big fan of the Green Ranger, dog.
The Red Ranger was really the one that was.
He's like the main one.
He's the main one. The Red one's the main one.
Yeah.
The Red Ranger was the leader.
What made you think the Green Ranger was the?
Because the Green Ranger was a joint.
But even as a kid, I always knew it was the red one.
But yeah, the Red Ranger's like that nigga, like, you know, he's like the one, like,
he is the most popular on the team. We'll keep it
most popular on the team, on like the Red Ranger.
Now I feel like what separates you beyond like a clear skill set advantage that you have over 99% of these rappers, regardless of race. I'm not speaking of Chicano rappers. I'm speaking of MCs. You're one of the hardest MCs right now.
That's right.
Period. That's right. You feel me? Like one of the hardest MCs in the game. Now, beyond that, you actually have a message, and obviously you've improved your skill set quite a bit. Like records like Gang Life, to me, are a cautionary tale.
See, songs like Gang Life are the songs that are therapeutic to me. Like, I love to spit that track. When I rap that song, I'm letting stress off my body. Like, I'm literally, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like a feeling of like, I don't even know, I can't explain it, but songs like that are the reason why I continue to rap. You know what I mean? Like, besides that, I would just make a few songs and not even give a fuck, you know? But songs like Gang Life are the reason why I do it, honestly.
Honestly, because like to me, that's what puts you in a different category. That's what a lot of other artists are not able to do. They can make turn up music. They can do the drill music. They can make some shit that sounds cool. But can you really like speak from the heart, reach people, teach people, and not sound lame at the same time?
Yeah,
it's a difficult line to cross, and you're able to do that. It puts you in like a Nipsey, Tupac, like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what's up, homie. That's the type of recognition that really makes me feel satisfaction. You know, when somebody can recognize what I'm trying to do with a certain track, that's like, that's right, you feel me on, like, you know, I feel you on that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that.
you're very heard.
Yeah, I appreciate
you're
that.
very heard, and I feel like anybody that hasn't listened to Gang Life by Rowdy Rags, do your Googles.
I feel like you're very energetic in your music videos, and it's dope because I know you're excited about your music. I think it's dope that you could, like, the Death Threats video, bro. You were dancing, you were going crazy, bro. You were
that
doing
was
your
my
thing
shit right there.
Like, how'd you get into
viral TikToks?
Yeah, how'd you get into, like, what did you start, like, really, like, learn? Because you got that groove, bro. Like, what else? What year did you start, like, learning how to dance and shit?
I don't know, I used to dance and shit when I was younger and shit, but I guess that's just it, you know? I used to dance a lot when I was younger. When I hear music, I don't, like, just bob my head, like, I move, like, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
That's all there is to it. You know, it's not really a big old thing. It's just what I do.
Now, being someone who's spoken on the fact that you are you married? I know you're in a serious.
Yeah, I'm married.
You're married, okay? Yeah. What's it like? Because obviously, you know, there's probably a lot of female, I don't know if groupies is a derogatory word, but groupie assholes, you feel me, that probably trying to throw that pee at Rowdy Rags, like, and how do you deal with these situations?
I mean, we deal with them together, you know. My wife has my password. She's, you know, like, it's just it all depends. Anybody could tell me whatever they want. It depends on how I react to them, you know what I mean? That's pretty much where my wife is at, where she stands with all that, you know. How I get down, you know what I mean? And I've already been there, done that, you know, made bad choices and you know, humiliated my wife and she's still stuck with me, and, you know, and lost her before and got her back. So it's like, I know what the fuck I'm doing, you know. I ain't trying to play with fire. Like, I know what I got and I'm trying to keep it, like, you know what I mean?
I assume your wife is Latina? Mm-hmm. Is she jealous?
She's nuts.
I have a
My wife is crazy, fool. Like,
the homie Blue Devil from Hater World said it perfectly the other day when he said, after 2 drinks, she loves me. After 4 drinks, she hates me.
fuck yeah. Hey, that couldn't be more fucking, homie, that couldn't be more accurate. I swear to God. Like, she'd be like, oh, babe, buy me a beer. I'm like, all right, cool. But then before you know it, I see her like, oh no, it's not
Like stepping on a minefield sometimes. Like, you don't know, like,
getting deep. Like, she's already a couple beers in, like, you know, oh hell no. Actually, when she's drinking beer, it's pretty cool. It's when she's drinking fucking what you call White Claws and shit. Oh no,
it's bad at that
she
point.
becomes a fucking
the White Claws is.
She hates me when she's on that shit. She starts bringing up shit where I'm like, babe, I thought we was done with that shit.
The White Claws are like 4 Loco times 2 in this, like, that's a whole other
Brings
level.
out the demon in my wife, dog.
Now, speaking of drinking, now me, I'm a recovering drug addict, so, you know, I've been doing all kinds of putting poison in my body for years. Was sober for 3.5 years, and then decided to be what they call California sober, where you just kind of blaze it. You feel me? Nothing too crazy though. But like, have you had drug problems in your life? Or?
Yes, I had. I've had drug problems before. Growing up, I had major drug problems. You know what I mean? But this time,
were you a Scotty warrior like me?
Yes, I was for many years. But this time coming, since I've been out, I've been pretty smooth, you know.
Yeah.
And being at home, being with my wife is enough for me. So making music and shit, like, that's enough for me, you know. Before, it's like nothing was enough. You know what I mean? I needed to stay high, and then I needed to do this and do that, and just to be like, okay, I needed to go run the streets. I needed to go do this and do that, and fucking, you know what I mean? But nah, what I'm doing now is enough for me. I'm chilling.
Did you feel the temptation ever?
Not really, because I'm not really around those type of people no more. You know, like, I'm not in that type of circle no more. So it's like, nah, I'm not really tempted to use drugs like that no more. You know what I mean? I'm cool.
So you're not in the hood as often as you were at one point. Is that safe to say? Or
Yeah, that's definitely safe to say. Like,
I commend you on that. And that's not because at the end of the day, you could probably do more for your people not being in the midst of whatever
Yeah.
situations are occurring over there.
I've already done more than, I mean, my homies tell me, hey, Rowdy, just kick it, fool. You know, just do what you're straight. You know what I mean? But it's like,
Your jersey retired, number retired.
yeah, but no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like hell no, never that. You know what I mean? Like I'm always on point, fool. You know, if I ever cross paths with you motherfuckers, you know who you are, it's best believe it's on and cracking. Like, you know, but besides that, I ain't going out looking for trouble, doing none of that. Like, nah, I'm good.
Now, I made the comparison with you and Nipsey earlier. Obviously, Nipsey was really big, you know, God bless the dead, but was really big as far as like building within the community. What are your thoughts on, like, you know, building within the Chicano community and land ownership and buying?
I'm definitely trying to get into all that shit, you know, but I need to get myself to where I'm going first, you know. But after that, hell yeah, I'm definitely gonna open up some community centers and some programs for some kids, you know what I mean? Shit like the after school programs and stuff like that. Definitely.
Now, growing up in the SGV, there wasn't too much opportunity as far as being a rapper. You know, right now there's this crazy wave, the SGV on fire, the IE's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't really seen anything to this magnitude. There's always been talent out there, don't get it twisted, but like right now, do you feel like it's a crazy SGV movement going on right now?
Yeah, low key
That's right.
it is. Like, yeah, but when I started rapping, it wasn't like that. Like,
At all.
hell no. You know,
You kind of got that shit
I
kickstarted.
feel like I got that shit cracking.
You really did, bro. Because honestly, after you came out, like I feel like that's when
A lot of people don't see it, like, you know, and I don't get the recognition, but I don't really care about that. Like, I don't, you know, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I started this shit. Like, even though I low key did, I ain't really tripping off of that. You know, the Chicano rap shit got started way before me, but like I said, I'm not on that Chicano rap.
Right.
You know? But
Right.
this new wave of rap coming from the SGV, I kicked that shit off, bro.
Well, and when you look at, like, for example, Lefty Gunplay, from the first time I contacted you for an interview, which was what, maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago, recently, like within the last month, we've seen him rise to like a whole new level of stardom, and like it's just crazy the movement. What are your thoughts on Lefty? Would you ever do a record with him?
All right, like, I see Lefty, I see what he's doing, and I don't knock no homies. You know what I mean? If you're a homie, you're making music. And first of all, rappers, if you're a rapper, you're making music, that's your hustle. I don't knock you, my boy. Straight up, I want to see you make it. I want to see you shine. You know, Lefty's doing his thing. That's cool. I want to see him get to where he's trying to go. And I don't got no personal beef with Lefty. I don't got no gang beef. I don't got no personal beef with Lefty. You know what I mean? But I am close with somebody, you know, one of my family members that does have beef with him. So it's like, I can't fuck with him on that certain level, because it's like, I'm not going to be all buddy with him knowing that my boy and him go at it. You know what I mean? That's how I'm loyal. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? But like, just recently he hit me up. They wanted to do a track. All right, me, him, and drummer. Like,
That would be crazy.
he gives you
bro.
props. He definitely gives you props.
Yeah, he showed you love.
I give him props
Lefty
too.
doing his thing, right?
Yeah.
I give him props too, but like, not like honest. Like, he says he's the best Latino rapper. I'll wrap circles around that fool, bro. Straight up. You know what I mean? No disrespects, Lefty, but you ain't got shit on me, my boy. But like I said, I don't knock him. I like his hustle. I like his movement. I like how he's moving. You know, he's trying to do his thing. Hey, I wanted to see him do his thing. You know what I mean? That track with me and him and drummer, I'll get it in. You know.
Okay. You heard it here. Yeah.
But when it comes to like me, right there doing like in the studio with them, boom, taking pictures with them and shit, I can't do all that, bro. Straight.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if I can't speak for the next man, but you know, he might feel, I would say, in a similar manner. You know what I mean? Like, it's respect. You know, like, and he had nothing but good things to say about you. He's definitely going crazy right now. He's got the streets on fire.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, I really don't think there's anyone that can see you on the mic currently, period. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not even about Lefty. That's just, as a hip hop, as a lifelong hip hop purveyor of the culture and analyst, from a rapping perspective, you got that. He nice as fuck too. I would love, and drummer nice as fuck too. I would love to see that record get done.
No, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? And it had like I was debating whether or not to do it. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's gonna be me, him, and drummer, like on some SGV shit, like all right, fuck it, I'm gonna knock it out. You know what I mean? But besides that, like nah, I can't fuck with him like that.
And the rap fan in the SGV though, that would be very lit. I would fucking love that.
And it's like
coming soon.
I really commend you. I commend both of y'all, all three of y'all, for putting whatever situations or anything to the side for the sake of the music and for the sake of the aria and for the sake of La Raza and just like everything just coming together, because you guys mean a lot to a lot of people. And y'all, look, bro, like there's fucked up things happening in the world. There's class warfare. There's, international conflicts, children dying all over the world. Like, people beefing with, it's beyond race, all that shit. We need to come together as a people, if anything, no?
Yeah, no, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ain't got nothing against the man. It's just, hey, you know what I mean? It's just business, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he did and shit. Like, and fucking, it is what it is, dog. You know what I mean? But fucking.
Are you perhaps referring to something that occurred at the food community event? Because there was rumors.
Nah, okay. What happened at the food community event was like petty. It was like nothing. And, it was my homeboy getting at Lefty about whatever they had, some little issue they had going on over some money or whatever, and my homie was getting at him like, you know what I mean? I even told the homie like, dick, like right here, like, you know what I mean? But it's like, fuck it. At the end of the day, I'm not paying that fool's bills. You know what I mean? He wants his money. He's gonna try to get his money regardless. So it's like, hey, fuck it then, do your thing, But yeah, what happened there was like really nothing, dog. But like, it could have been a lot worse because there was other people there and shit too. But like I said, there ain't no gang beef. I got homies from KHA and shit like that, It's just.
And he shouted out you in your hood on
yeah,
he fucks with you.
It is what it is, dog. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can't be right there and flex with them and all that shit. Like I can't do that. You know what I mean?
I consider both y'all nephews. You feel me? Like I really like fuck with y'all heavy, and I really want to see y'all both shine and just both get it in this industry to the fullest extent as possible. Now, there's a lot of things that a lot of people speak about in interviews.
But
go ahead.
A lot of people keep on comparing me and Lefty, and it's like honestly, I'm getting like tired of that shit. Like honestly, like, you know what I mean? Stop that shit, because like I said, no disrespect, but Lefty can't compare to me, bro. Lefty's like, if he wants, we could go track for track, bar for bar, fool, and I'll take his shit out. Like,
hey, in the name of hip hop, I'm all for competition. Yeah. I'm all for that's the energy we need.
But that's everywhere I go though. Like with any rappers, like even in prison, like I'm rapping on the yard and shit. Like, and Black start bringing all their rapper homies. Like, and I keep on rapping. Like, I'll take everybody out, fool. I'll take anybody out, bar for bar.
So tell me like a Pinta rap story between, like, was there?
Nah, I can't.
As far as rapping, or you can't.
Yeah, but
you can't do that. All right.
I mean, rapping, I could tell you a bunch of rap shit, but when it comes to prison shit, like I want
to hear about the rapping part.
Yeah. Okay, the way I was taught, fool, we're not supposed to talk about prison. You know
okay,
what I mean?
So break that down. So a lot of people seem to be liberal about the way that they speak about prison, and there's a lot. Not just there are several. I can name about 10 or 15 prison YouTube channels right now.
Yeah, I know. See, like okay, just like for example, my indicted interview. I did the indicted interview, right, and then after a while, it's like, I got my homies talking to me, and I'm like, you know what, you're right. Like, I had them take it down because it's like,
I know it's not on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, because honestly, like, everybody knows too. Like, all the Sureños know. Like, really, we're not supposed to be talking about that shit. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be on camera talking about business that goes on in there. So it's like,
And Salsa Negra, because she's an incredible podcaster.
Yeah, no,
Like, she's a great at interviewing.
I commend
She's
her.
white
On,
my teeth too.
I commend her on what she's doing. You know, I mean, I support her movement and all that, but in all reality, like I said, we're not supposed to be doing that. So I just can't participate in that. You know what I mean?
So no thoughts on anybody else doing it as long as it's not you.
Yeah, straight up. You know.
Now, I was curious: is Rowdy Rex, is Rowdy a hood name? Where did you get the name Rowdy? Where did that come from?
Yeah, they named me Rowdy when I was young and shit. When I was younger, I was turned, my boy. Like you know, they would have to watch me. Like, you know, where's Rowdy? I would like, you know, because I was always getting myself into shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was turned up. Like, so they call me Rowdy. You know what I mean? And then I used to be called Rowd Nasty. Like when I was rapping before and shit. I got that from the older homegirls. They used to call me Rowdy Nasty and shit. But
I feel like that's a story for a different podcast.
Yeah, but this last term I did and shit. This last term I did, me and Ocho came up with Rowdy Rax as a better rapper name, you know. So yeah, we came out with Rowdy Rax just to make it more like official, just to sound more official.
Now, do you feel like, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Ocho as far as a behind the scenes figure, really making a lot of things happen. Do you feel like he could be like a for lack of a better comparison, like a Mexican Suge Knight or Russell Simmons? Or...
Ocho, man, homie, Ocho is the blood that makes this body move. You know what I mean? Ocho's the fuel in the machine, homie. Like, you know, that Ocho makes everything happen. You know what I mean? For me, at least, and for a lot of other artists. You know, if you need a manager, Ocho's the way to. If you could score Ocho, you came up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't ever have to worry about nothing, homie. Like, you know what I mean? My studio time, my videos, my shows, my everything is locked in. Like, I don't really do shit. I just show up and rap. That's all I gotta do. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Would you ever do a song with one of your enemies? Like an enemy of your hood?
It depends. It all depends on what hood they're from, you know? Because I beef it with certain people harder than I do with other people. You know what I mean? I got certain, like I got homies from enemy hoods and shit like that.
Right,
You know what I mean?
it'd be like that.
But there's
Well, we got relatives from enemy hoods.
yeah, but there's certain hoods where I'm just like, I wish they would all die.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So under any circumstances, you can't put a price tag on it. You would not do records with certain individuals, just based on where they're from.
Period. Yeah.
Type shit. Do you consider some of the, because a lot of your music now, you're not like calling out necessary names, and you kind of like have to decipher certain things to fully comprehend what you're saying. But would you consider some of what you're doing like Chicano drill music? Is it safe to say?
I don't put a genre besides gangster rap. I don't put a genre on my music. Like, you know what I mean? I make all different types of music. You know what I mean? It's not Chicano rap. It's rap. It's gangster rap. Straight up. You know what I mean?
How'd you link up with F Beat?
F Beat's the homie. He's from the city. Like,
Yeah.
That fool tapped in with me actually, and then he tapped in with me, and I told Ocho like, "Hey, you heard of this fool?" And he's like, "Yeah, bro, it's hard, you know." And then he's like, "He's from La Puente too." And I was like, "Oh, what?" Like, all right, bet I'm gonna start fucking with him. Boom. I forgot the first track we did. First track I did with him was hard. Every track I do with F Beat is hard. He's a viral ass producer. Did he do Death Threats? Yeah, he did do Death Threats.
That's like my favorite song of yours, to be honest.
That's a crazy record.
Yeah.
Like I go back and forth between, I mean, G Wiz, Violation, Death Threats, Gang Life. There's so many like.
See, but all these like you guys like are telling me all these tracks, and I'm just like, bro, you guys don't even know. Like, I got so many tracks that are unreleased that I wish I could just drop like day after day. But trust me, there's some hot shit coming. Like, you guys think you're fans of Rowdy Rax now? Like, just wait.
Well, the shit you showed us like before was like, it's a different tempo, different beat. You're on some other shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the Dirty South bounce, low key.
Yeah.
But still,
I got so
still
many
true to
different
himself.
types of raps, dog. Like, Ocho will tell you, I'm the most versatile artist he's ever had. Like,
That's good though, because if the West Coast sound tends to only stay over here. You feel me?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not just like a West Coast artist. I could do Detroit style music. I could do the Memphis style shit. Like, I could do all different types of styles, my boy. Like, because I like all different types of styles of music. You know? I listen to a whole bunch of different type of music, and like, and I could pick up on anything, my boy. Like, that's why I'm saying I'm the best rapper, my boy. Straight the fuck up. I'm the best rapper there is, homie. And you might not know it yet because I haven't released all of my content, but when I do, it's gonna be OVA.
You still being in your 20s, I would say you have somewhat of an old soul as far as like you have, whether or not you consider your music that, you do have like some G-funk in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So was that like the prevailing influence growing up? Was it?
Nah, there's not one. As a matter of fact, there is one influence that like is overbearing on all the rest of them.
Call me Agent 002
Okay, no, Brother Lynch is one of them, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the East Siders and the East Siders.
Shouts to Trey
and
D.
Trey D, Goldie Loc, all of them fools. Like, their music really is what slaps through my speakers. You know, it's so like E40, like, you know, all the old gangster shit, West Coast shit. That is really where I evolved from, you know, and everything else is just a little influence, like little drops of flavor in between, you know.
But it's almost like, but you have certain attributes that aren't common to West Coast rappers, period.
Oh, yeah.
Like certain things that you only hear in East Coast rappers, like I mentioned, like the polysyllabic rhyme schemes, the way you're dropping extra rhymes. You'll think that the rhyme is going to hit.
Why I rap my I rhyme 2 syllables instead of 1, or then
or 3 syllables,
and then then skip a bar, then rap,
then go back to that rhyme scheme. Yeah.
That's the shit that, like, see, that type of shit is that's what I mean, where that shit just comes in. Like, I just do that shit like
naturally,
damn near what you call it? Yeah, like I do it damn near unconsciously, almost, you know, like I just do it, and then when people put words to that, I'm like, oh, that's what that's called. Like, you know what I mean? I just know how to do that. It
just comes out for you.
Yeah, I don't know how I know how to do it. I just know how. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, so it's interesting. You know, like some people just like they say, it ain't on me, it in me. It's
straight up.
It's a second nature gift. It's you're channeling a greater source. Like, would you consider yourself spiritual? You're a spiritual person?
Very, very spiritual person. Like, you know what I mean? I don't do this shit like I am this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Straight up, I really fucking am this shit. I live this shit. It's pumping through my veins, homie. Straight up.
Now, obviously, you know, like you got some big collabs. You've worked with a lot of artists. What is though? I know you got some shit with G Perico. A lot of the. What's the ultimate Rowdy Rax dream collab?
Man. A lot of my dreams got crushed with people passing away and shit. Like, I really, really, really wanted to do a track with Nipsey, but I don't know. You know, like I could have been got a lot of features in it, but I'm not. I ain't trying to dick ride, you know. I ain't trying to shout out every rapper that I've ever heard, or every rapper that's doing their shit. I'll shout them out. Like, nah, I'm straight off all that. You know, I'm gonna wait until they tap in. If they're bigger than me, I'm gonna wait till they tap in with me, bro. Because I'm not gonna try to be like, oh, bro, you know, boop, de boop. Like, nah, I'm straight off all of that. I'm not gonna get my fame and my shine by doing that. Period. You know, I'm gonna get my fame and my shine off of my skills, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Now, in the song "Gang Life," not to reference it for like a millionth time, but it's essentially a cautionary tale. What you're doing is speaking to someone. Are you sure this life is for you? Now, obviously, there's a lot of youth looking up to you. They see Rowdy Rax videos. They see you turned up. They see, you feel me, whatever homies, activity. They see the homies, whatever activities is going on. Like, it might look cool to them. What do you have to say to someone that's interested in living the Rowdy Rax lifestyle?
That's why I'm saying, like, what that gang life like though? Hey, they want to know. One way ticket to prison. You want to go? You want to get addicted to drugs? You want to blow? You want to see them niggas you love put on a show? You know what I mean? Like it's like, you want to know what it's like, but do you really want to know what it's like? Because I'll tell you. You know, I'll tell you so you don't have to live it. You know what I mean? Because this shit is not fun. It's not cool. It's not. If you like stress, heartache, heartbreak, time in jail, you know what I mean? If you like to see all your loved ones crying, if you like to see, you know, if you like to put your family through a lot of problems, then hey, this is the life for you. You know, if not, I suggest you stay far away from drugs and gangs. You know what I mean? That's my my message to the youth is to please stay as far as possible as you can away from drugs and gangs. You know what I mean? I've done it for you. You know what I mean? I've done all of that shit for you. You know what I mean? You could live it and learn it through me. You don't have to live it through your own self. You know what I mean? Straight up. You could experience it through my music if you want to experience it. You don't have to live it to experience it.
That's chill talk right there. Did you consider yourself a role model?
Hell nah. Hell no. I mean, a lot of my family members, my younger family members now, they see me as a role model, you know, and they've always seen me as a role model, you know, but before I was a fuck up, you know, and now I could actually show them that I'm trying to be more positive. I'm trying to be on a positive tip. I'm trying to bring positive things into my life, you know, instead of negative, you know, because I used to invite negativity. Like, you know, I wanted all the smoke. I wanted all, like, you know what I mean? And now it's like I'm on positive things, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess now I could be a role model now, yeah.
That's deep right there.
I want to know about your relationship more with like your homies too, because I like Dom from LP. He's hard.
That's my little cousin.
Adrian tapped in.
Adrian's
Super
my
fire.
cousin.
Like I listen to those two a lot. Like tell me more about like you guys and like, you know, how your relationship is with them.
Those are my little primos, fool. I talk to them fools all the time. Like, see them all the time. They love me. They look up to me and shit, you know. And like, those are my boys, you know. But when I was younger, like, okay, I run around with the older crowd, fool. You know, all my homies are like 40, 44. Yeah, you know, like they're OGs, like, you know. But to me, they're my boys. Like they're my homies.
Yeah.
Hey, 42-year-olds are people too, fool.
Yeah, those are my homies. That's my crowd who I kick it with. You
That's
know?
right.
So it's like, those are my little primos, like, you know, those are my little cousins and shit, you know. But we're still close, like very close. You know what I mean?
I felt that. Do you think it's important, like, because I'm in my 20s too, like to surround yourself around older people so they can kind of like guide you?
Definitely, dog. Definitely. And those fools have a lot of guidance, dog. You know, our family, we're solid, homie. Like, you know, trust me, we got a lot of G's in our family, dog, that show us and tell us the right way to do things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why you'll never see them fools doing like no foul shit. You never see me doing no foul shit. Like, you know what I mean? We got a lot of respect and morals in the way we do shit.
No, absolutely, and there's an aura of maturity about you. I feel like you have a very high ceiling, not just skill wise, and as you said, you like have a natural talent. You don't try to do things like dancing or whatever, but you go viral on TikTok.
Yeah,
it's like that. Do you like what's the greatest challenges you face as artists?
The greatest challenges I think I face are for me to be more like, like for me not to have too much pride to reach out to artists and try to be like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's really, you know, like,
hey, Drake, get on this hook.
Yeah, you know, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let him.
Drake needs to fuck with a Chicano artist.
You know what I'm saying? Or like
from the SGV.
For me to not be so like, you know, or from like people tell me like, oh, why don't you do this like on camera? Like this shit'll go viral. People, I'm like, I'm not gonna do no stupid shit, homie, to go viral. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not into like making myself look stupid so that I could get views, or I ain't doing all that shit, bro. Like, I'm a gangster, homie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me, homie, and then I'm gonna blow up off of being me, and that's just how it's gonna be, though. You know what I mean? I'm not. If it takes longer than it might take for somebody else to blow up, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's not. That's not my all-time goal is to get famous and this and that. Like, nah, homie. Like, you know what I mean? As long as I can support my family, I'm straight. I'm not into all that extra shit. You know what I mean? But I know it's coming. I know that my career is gonna be at the top. I know I'm going to the top. You know what I mean? But how I get there is important to me. It's not.
You're not joining the Illuminati.
Yeah, fuck no. How I get there is important to me. Like, other people are like, I don't give a fuck how I get there, as long as I get there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, as long as I get there fast. Nah, it's important to me how I get there. I want to make sure I get there from grinding, from taking, you know what I mean? From my talent being recognized. You know what I mean? Not from being a fucking idiot on camera. Like, nah, I'm straight on that.
So you're a signed artist, correct?
Hell yeah.
Is with Alamo?
Yeah.
Is that just a distribution?
Now and Forever Records, but we.
Now and Forever is as an
But
imprint.
it's under Alamo, yeah.
Under Alamo, I mean, this is the label that put out Gucci Mane back in the day. A lot of
Lil Durk, Rod Wave.
a very, very rich history.
Yeah.
And are you the first Chicano artist signed to Alamo, or?
I don't know. You would have to ask Ocho. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Correct.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Shit, I didn't even know that. That's pretty tight.
We just found out right now.
Yeah,
that's pretty historical, bro. To be honest,
That's what's up.
So do you have plans on making more commercially accessible records, or are you going to continue?
Hell yeah, definitely. I definitely have. Like I said, I got a bunch of different styles, you know, and I'm definitely gonna make some shit for the mainstream, you know, so that everybody can enjoy it, you know. But for the majority, it's for my gangsters, for my hood folks, you know.
What about something like reggaeton, like type? You feel me?
I did some slap-it-on with the homie.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah.
Santeezy's got his slap-it-on movement going.
That's fire.
I did some shit with him. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with all that.
What about rapping in Spanish?
I don't speak that much Spanish, but I do.
Yeah, you said you're fourth generation, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I do a little bit though, but like on my mom's side, my great grandma, she speaks Spanish and shit. She talks to me in Spanish, and I talk to her back in Spanish. And most of the time, I don't even know how the fuck I did it, but like I could talk to her in Spanish, but
right,
I wouldn't be able to talk to you in Spanish, you know?
Right.
But,
well, me, like that's like me. Like I can understand it perfectly, but it's like, you feel me, when it comes down to actually upholding a conversation.
But see, like for me to rap in Spanish, I feel like see, the reason why I don't really say essay or fucking vato or barrio in my raps is because I feel like that's that stereotype shit. Like, you know, they want me to fit the stereotype. Like, I'm not into all that. Like, you know, I feel like other races like laugh at us when we do that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's very limiting.
Yeah, like, you know, like,
shouts to all Chicano rappers though that paved the way.
Yeah, shout out to them, homie, because they have their own movement, their own hustle, and like I said, I don't knock nobody for their shit, but I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the big picture, you know, like the other races, like they're laughing at us when we're banging like super Chicano rap and shit. It's like that's the stereotype, what they think of us. You know,
fools have evolved since then. I mean, like what did my homeboy say on the FaceTime earlier? He said, like, I got Crips banging your shit and South State.
Straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, because why? Because I rap different. I rap regular rap. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and try to make myself the stereotype so everybody could like my shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wear checker shorts and long socks, even though that's how I used to dress. That's not how I dress no more, and I'm not gonna put that shit on to be on camera in that shit so that you guys could be satisfied, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
my boy got the Versace shades on. Come on, man.
You know what I mean? But like in my comments, there's a lot of people like, oh, why are you using the N word? Or like, oh, we don't get down like that. Like, you know, we don't dress like that. Or people like, how do you know how we dress? You don't like you okay? You're what, 50 years old, my boy. My music is not even for you. I don't even know why you even listening to my shit. You know, it's for your kids, bro. Like, you know, like I'm not trying to fit your stereotype of how you think I should look and dress and act. You know, I'm gonna be how I'm gonna be. You know what I mean?
Well, especially speaking of which, like nowadays, like the trend for a lot of young Chicano/Latinos is like the Edgar look and all that. Like, what's your thoughts on the Edgar movement?
I mean, if that's them, you know, I know that when I was in
some of those fools be banged out though.
No, when I was in junior high, we had our own style. So now I see that's their own style. Like, you know what I mean? I don't knock it. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be scared to see them fools running up on me
with the
bowl cuts and blowers. You feel me? Like,
that's crazy.
That shit ain't no joke though. You feel me? Them fools,
yeah.
Fools is getting down. So you have a very wide range of age and demographics. So we already talked about different races, but like you got, you know, old heads who are appreciating hip hop that fuck with your lyricism, listening to you, and you got like young ass kids. Like how did that happen? Was that through the TikTok success, or like? I
don't even know, but I know that there's a lot of kids that listen to my music, and I hope that, you know, I'm influencing them in the right direction. You know, hopefully they watch my interviews and not just listen to my music, you know, but I mean, I'm happy for every single fan that I get, you know.
See, we didn't get to see no when I was a kid, you know, I'm 42, so like obviously my first influences are like Eazy-E and
Okay, so that's another thing I was gonna say. Like, since I never really listened to Chicano rap like that, you know, and I only listen to, you know, rappers like, you know, let's just say black rappers,
traditional MCs, black MCs. Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why I talk and act and dress the way I act. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's the reason why I'm not saying ese and vato and barrio in my songs. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I'm saying nigga and this and that. Like, you know, maybe that's why. You know, I'm more influenced by that music. Like, you know what I mean?
And I'm glad that you brought that up because I wanted to touch on this earlier, but kind of full circle now. Growing up, especially in the SGV, there's been a lot of, this is an area that's been known for, back in the day, a lot of racial tension. And there was a lot of, you know, certain races weren't welcomed and things like that. But somehow, hip hop culture, I feel like, kind of helped bridge that gap and unify and bring different races and people together.
Think about it. Okay, even in an area that's racially
segregated,
tense or segregated, right? They trip on the people, right? But they still play their music. You know what I mean? So if you still like the music, what's your real issue with the people? Obviously, it must not be something that's in your heart, because if it was, you wouldn't be playing the music. It must be just something that you're just jumping on the bandwagon because everybody around you is saying that this is what's going on, so you're just jumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, a lot of my older homies were you know, in the SGB. A lot of the OGs had that racial tension, you know, did their thing, you know. So when we were young, there was no like for me, all of my enemies are Mexican. You know what I mean? Like everybody who I beef it with is Mexican,
which is sad on another level. That's a whole other conversation.
But it's like I don't like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's just the way I talk, dress, and act. That's who I am. What you see is what you get.
When it's really like again, like I'll bring it back. Class warfare. It's the people that are in control, that have the money. These people happen to be of the same predominant race. We all know what the fuck it is, and you feel me? It's unfortunate that they, you know, they got blacks beefing with blacks, brown people beefing with brown people, black people beefing with black people, and blacks people beefing with brown people. All these things are very unfortunate, and hopefully we can all rise above and focus on getting some motherfucking paper. You dig?
Oh yeah, but like I said, I represent the streets. I mean, I represent the new wave, the streets, the essays of the new. You know what I mean? This is how we're doing it now. This is how me and my homies are doing it, and you're gonna see, you're gonna hear, you're gonna feel how I'm coming. You know what I mean? Straight up.
With that being said, Rowdy Rax, any final message to the people?
Shit, pay attention. Whatever you listening to, whatever you bumping when you riding down the street, pay attention to what you're listening to. You know what I mean? Listen to the words, listen to the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Who's telling you a story and who's telling you some bullshit?
True job. For real. No, like I literally, fool, like, because I live currently, I'm from West LA, but I live in Pomona, and I be banging Rowdy Rax all through the sections out there. So you feel me?
Hell
like,
yeah, Pomona.
All through the SGV, yeah. So you know, motherfuckers be like, oh, that's not Rowdy. But
Yup. You'll get some props if you bump your Rowdy Rax. People will stop you and be like, hey, that's Rowdy Rax.
Off top.
On the hood.
Off top. So you feel me? Shouts to Trap 9 with the Ice Money Cartel meeting. Shouts to Don Laundress.
Rowdy Rax.
We got Kenny Malice. We got You Ain't Harpo. We got Big Rick, Larger Than Life. We got OTG Nick. Shouts to Ocho in the Cut. That's a scary sight. And this has been Mad D.
Like and subscribe, everybody. We out this bitch. Rowdy Rax, thank you, bro. SGV in the building. You already know what the fuck's going on. We on the come up. Stop sleeping.